Welcome to Locked and Loaded Podcast, season 2025-26. Fourth season attempt to see if we can actually get through a season. Doing this podcast, I think the furthest I've gone is have I even made it past match day 5 in the last 3 years? I don't think so. So we're gonna try starting on match day 2. Yeah, so Arsenal 5, Leeds no. What a week it's been if you're an Arsenal fan. And there's no other place to start other than Eberechi EZE. I think that's how it's pronounced. What a good feeling, man. What a good feeling. I do not remember the last time I felt like this with an Arsenal player coming in. I mean, I was pretty happy with our window up until that point. I didn't really have any complaints, actually. Happy with Zubimendi, happy with Gyökeres. But you'd probably say those were the only really 2 big signings we made, right? Everyone else was kind of to fill up the squad. And that was pretty much it. If I think about seasons gone past, Declan Rice, massive signing, but it didn't make me feel like this, right? Martin Odegaard, I was really excited about Martin Odegaard when we signed him, but it didn't make me feel like this. If I think about the rest of our squad, we didn't know that they would become what they became, right? We didn't know Gabriel would become the best defender in the world. We didn't know Saliba would become one of the best in the world. We didn't know Ben White would be one of the best in the world. We didn't know Saka would become one of the best in the world. You know, if I just run through our whole team of our best players, we didn't know that they would become this. There were question marks around them. We didn't know who they were, and they were young as well. But EZE coming now at this point in his career after leading Crystal Palace to that FA Cup win at the end of last season, you know what you're getting, right? I think EZE is a dream signing, not so much in the name, right? Not to say he's a small player or anything. I mean, we all love EZE, but it's the profile, it's the type of player that he is. That's really what's making this a dream signing. I think a lot of us grew up on Arsene Wenger's edition of Arsenal, pre-Invincibles and post-Invincibles, right? The type of player that we used to have at the club, that we had in abundance, really. And because we weren't winning anything, I think we really took that for granted. And now you just have someone exciting, someone that's gonna get you off your feet, someone who can shoot from distance and score consistently. He's got free kicks in his locker. He can dribble, he can carry, he can pass. An intelligent player. But apart from all the football qualities that Eberechi EZE has, I think it's just how he makes us feel. Watching that interview he did with Ian Wright, watching his first day at Arsenal. Listen, man, I think over the last 10 years, and I think a lot of people probably resonate with this, for me, I just grew cold to these players, right? Like there's something, I don't even know how to put it. I think you could even call it retro, in some respect, because football used to feel like this. Like if there's any young person listening, this is what football used to feel like when someone signed. Just pure excitement, pure joy, pure emotion, and an immediate connection to this player. Listen, I love me some Martin Odegaard. I think he's probably my favorite player at the club right now. But EZE just makes me feel different, man. Like I'm just immediately connected because you just see how much this means to him, and I really look forward to seeing him produce for us, to seeing him play for us, to seeing him give us something different. And I have no doubt that he's going to be a success at Arsenal. And what a pleasure it's going to be to watch him. What a pleasure it has been to see like a real, genuine, emotional response. Nothing media trained, nothing fake, And he's here and he's ours. And I hope he plays against Liverpool come the weekend. So to the game itself, Arsenal 5, Leeds 0. In general, I thought it was a really good team performance, something that we needed after Manchester United, something that we needed after a so-so preseason, right? Nothing special really to write home about with regards to preseason, so really good performance all round, generally. There's still a lot to work on just with regards to chemistry and cohesion, but this is the risk we take in bringing in so many players. EZE wasn't even there, there's talks that Hincapié is coming in, so that's another player to add on top. Norgard hasn't even been fit yet to come in and play, so with regards to cohesion and teammates getting to know each other and knowing where people are. I mean, Zubimendi in the first half had a lot of misplaced passes because he was passing into spaces that he thought someone might be in, but no one was ever there, and he would lose possession of the ball, and that was just scattered throughout the team in general. So I think, overall good performance, and really the things that need to be worked on are things that can only be worked on over time, just minutes and having players play together. And it doesn't help when we've already got so many injuries so early in the season, right? This is not going to help towards the cohesion, but where it does help really is it's already forced some of our new players to have to just step up. Gyökeres has to play now. For me personally, Noni Madueke has to play now. It could be that EZE has to play now in the absence of Martin Odegaard, or Ethan. Ethan has to step up now, but people have to step up already this early in the season. So, that was my general overview of the match. Going into individual performances, as mentioned before, I thought Zubimendi had an okay performance. Misplaced a couple of passes in the first half, but I felt that he grew into the game. Though I felt he played it safe a lot of the times, maybe a little bit too safe for my liking, but overall, really good, neat performance from Zubimendi. But again, things are going to come with time when it comes to him. I think he's a really good player, and I think he can only improve, especially if he's got Declan Rice right next to him to help clean up. And knowing that he just has a midfield partner who can cover for him and he can cover for Rice. I think that partnership's only going to get better with time. I thought Ethan Nwaneri coming on for Martin Odegaard had as well an okay performance. That's why I call this really rather a good overall team performance. Like as a team, I think they played really well, but as individuals, some players left a little bit to be desired. So Ethan was really neat in tight spaces on the dribble, but for me it did not influence the game as much as I would have liked to. Right? I think much improved performance from Declan Rice. If you compare him to Manchester United, I think improved from Raya, improved from Saliba and Gabriel, with Big Gabby coming back from an injury. I think Calafiori improved performance as well. And of course, an improved performance from Victor Gyökeres with his 2 goals. First goal, for me personally, a little bit clumsy, not the cleanest technically, the execution of that goal, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man, because it's been so long since we had someone who took on the responsibility to actually just drive into the box and shoot, People tend to forget Gabriel Jesus had that about him as well. He took on the responsibility to dribble. He just didn't have the ability to finish and be a clinical finisher, right? Like that was the difference. But I'm glad Gyökeres got off the mark. I'm glad he got his second goal with the penalty. I thought Max Dowman looked okay when he came on as well. I know everyone's excited about him, but I think a little bit like just a little bit too much hype for now. But he is only 15. The talent is undeniable, and like all young players, including Ethan, including Skelly, and maybe that's where Bukayo Saka was ahead of all of them, is decision making and football intelligence. Like that's something that still needs to come for all 3 of those aforementioned academy players. But Saka, if I think back to him, and maybe my memory is a bit foggy, but I don't remember Saka having a problem with decision making, when he was 17, 18, 19, 20. I think that's actually been his superpower over time, has been his decision making. But I think for Ethan, for Skelly, and especially for Max, I mean, he's a child, the decision making will come with time, but the talent is absolutely undeniable. And lastly, just to add on and to circle back to Victor Gyökeres, I think the only way Victor Gyökeres has a bad game for us is if we don't give him the service, and that's it. I think if we feed that guy, he's going to just bang the goals in, So it's up to the rest of the team to create the space, to play the passes at the right time, to put the correct weight on the passes. And Victor Gyökeres will do the rest. We had 2 unfortunate injuries during the course of this game to Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka. At the time of recording, it looks like things are not going to be as bad as we first thought on Saturday. I think Odegaard has just got an issue with his shoulder. Saka is out for 3 to 4 weeks. I always add an extra bit of time for me myself, because it's not just about the injury healing, but it's about actually getting match fit again. So for me, I'm just saying it now. Other people can disagree, but I'm just going to say Saka 2 months, give it until the end of October, until he's at least back to where he was now, which wasn't even at 100%, right? But I'm just writing off the next 2 months for Saka, for me personally, and giving him a bit of slack, because it's not just about the injury healing. He's got to do the rehab, reintegrate, get the match fitness back, etc., etc. What I worry about with Saka, fortunately, it's the other legs, the hamstring on the other leg, but that's probably due to a bit of compensation with the body trying to balance everything out. He just reminds me a little bit of Cess. Let me not say he reminds me, because this is the first sort of period of time that Saka's ever been injured, but Cess, once Cess's hamstrings went, they went, and it got to a point where Fabregas was only really giving us half a season every year, and I really hope that's not the case with Saka, because as much as I like Madueke, I don't know if Madueke for half a season as starting right wing is going to be a good thing for us. Looking forward to Liverpool on the weekend. Compared to if you'd asked me 4 weeks ago, I wouldn't have been as confident as I am now. The only reasons why I'm confident, one, is Liverpool's defense looks extremely ropey. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. And I think we're going to have something for them. We've got Madueke, we've got Gyökeres, we've got Eberechi, EZE, we've got EZE, we've got Max Darman, we've still got Trossard, we've still got Martinelli, who loves a goal against Liverpool. So we've got something in attack for them. Even without Saka, even without Martin Odegaard, I think we've got enough to score goals against them, and I can rely on our defense 9 times out of 10, and I think they cannot rely on their defense 9 times out of 10. That defense looks shaky. Konate doesn't look great at the moment. He tends to always have a good game against Martinelli, though, I have to say, but I doubt Martinelli will be playing on that left wing, at least from the start, or at least for the whole game, even if he does start. And I've seen some encouraging signs for Arsenal with Liverpool's last 2 games, how they've went, them having to claw back goals. I think another full season where they rely solely on their attack, I don't think this is going to be sustainable for them. Not against this Arsenal, especially if we keep as many players fit as possible. It's not going to work this season, so I'm really looking forward to the game this weekend. I think we're going to break our Anfield hoodoo. I think we win that game 3-1. I think they've got enough in attack to at least score 1 goal. They will be at home, but I just think we're going to blow them away. And I think this game, more than the City game, more than the Newcastle game coming up, I think this is the statement game. I think if we beat Liverpool at Anfield this coming weekend, we really will, one, will already slow them down with regards to the title race, and we really put down a marker and put the entire Premier League on notice to say we are serious this year. So that's it from me, and I will see you next week after the Liverpool game. Alright, have a good one. Peace.